Welcome to the Outright Garage. We have an awesome program for you today. We have a little bit of magic happening. This is a 1949 Willys CJ2A. We've been working on it for a friend of mine. We've come to some snags and some problems with it. We've been messing with this project for a little while now. I met a man the other day who sold me some magic beans. Check this out. These are the magic beans, almost like Jack and the Beanstalk. And these are going to do something that's absolutely incredible. Watch this in just a few seconds. Apparently, if you crush these beans up and you throw them all over the project, it will turn into a project that's much easier to do, and it's going to save you some time. So check it out. Jack and the Beanstalk's got nothing on me. Magic happening right here. Watch. Ta-da! There you go. Transformed in a matter of seconds into a project that's going to be way faster, way easier, and probably going to do better for him. You see, he's not a gearhead. He loves old cars, but he's not going to be able to maintain and mess with that thing, and this is going to do a lot better for him. So luckily I found those magic beans. So let me tell you about this project. So the story I told you is true. We've been messing with CJ2A for a friend of mine, Mike Markham, but it's not a great fit for him. It's a ton of work, and I ended up making a deal with another guy on doing some work for him and getting this Jeep. This Jeep is a 1994 Jeep Wrangler, and it's had a bunch of work done to it. It's lifted way up in the air. It's got outboard springs. It had some additional parts in it that were super special and he wanted for his Jeep, but if I did the work of extraction and help him on his, we'd get this. So this Jeep has an inline 6-cylinder 4.0. It's the high output version, so it probably makes 5 horsepower more than the standard version. But a lot of work has actually been done to this. A lot of fabrication. You see it's got a full roll cage here. And it runs, but we needed to pull the transmission, transfer case, bell housing and stuff out to transfer over to his other Jeep. Anyway, this Jeep is going to be really good for Mike and his grandkids. It's dirty, it's filthy, but it's going to do good for them. We'll get it all cleaned up, we'll get it running. We've already done some work in here. I'm going to show you the videos of some of the work that we've done so that you can see how many stupid projects I have going on all the time. Yeah, we're still working on Brandon's truck. Yeah, we're still working on a bunch of other things, but bottom line is we got lots to do. No time to do it. It's almost like a famous song where they say we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Tell me if you know what movie that's from.
What's up, guys? Outright Garage here, and we're doing some more stuff. Oh my gosh, what is he doing to that Jeep? Well, I'm having to extract the transfer case. Yeah. The transfer case, tranny, bell housing, yeah, all that. So as you can see, I'm using a forklift because this girl's so high. Anyway, theoretically, I should be able to lift this up with a forklift, grab it right here. This is for the back of the engine. Lift all this stuff up, take this bar out, put it, jack up the back of the motor a little bit. Take the bottom two transmission bolts out and the cross member, and I'm hoping that it'll just come out. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, oh my Lord, watch me sway. Darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river, down to the river. Oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, going down deep, saying, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, washing me clean, kerosene creek. taught me how to give. Both of them had their own sins. Down to the river, every man has felt the shame. All our blood, it runs the same. Father, hear us as we pray. Down to the river, down to the river. Sing, oh, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, oh, far beneath.
Whew. That's nerve-wracking. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who's done more dangerous stuff than that, but I sure don't like it. Praise the Lord, it's done. Still alive. So, I'm not going to film any of this, but I got to zip the bell housing off and just assemble all the parts, and then kick that Jeep somewhere in the yard.
Alright, so we are getting ready to install a transmission and transfer case in the nice red 1994 Jeep Wrangler. Anyway, you see we put a new throwout bearing on there. You see these little clips. We gotta go find out. Do we need to take those off first, or do we just push past it when we bleed the master cylinder? We'll go check it out. So we have our transmission all ready to go in. We have the new throwout bearing all installed. We have it strapped to a piece of wood so we can move it around easy. We're going to back it up. We're going to try and stab it in this with the forklift. Tommy's going to be underneath. I'm going to lift it up because I'm too fat to get underneath there. And we'll see if we can juggle it into position. So wish us luck. All right, you ready like cowboy?
Yeah.
You're going to go easy enough.
Mama taught me how to live. Daddy taught me how to give. Both of them had their own sins. Down to the river, every man has felt the shame. All our blood, it runs the same. Father, hear us as we pray. Down to the river, down to the river. Sing, oh, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, oh, far beneath, oh, oh, fire and water me, going down deep, singing, oh, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, oh, far beneath, oh.
Well, we got it in. We don't work in the most ideal environment, but we got it.
Alright guys, you guys ready? So, the new position of the tranny mount that's on the transmission or transfer case combo, I need to extend this out to here. Not quite here, but that'll give me some welding room. So I'll probably just flat plate it here and then put a gusset in here. Actually, I'll probably bend my gusset first, then weld this on. Probably weld it all together, then weld it on. In order to achieve all that, I need to bevel this here. Because again, I don't want to cut those off. If the guy ever wants to put something different in there, you know, they're already welded on there, they're nice and straight and everything else. So we can give them a cross member while we're at it. But anyway, I'm just going to have to trim a little bit of that off. Probably make a more accurate pattern. That way I'm not in there digging around a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I think that's a good start. We'll do that on both ends. And then theoretically we'll be able to set it in there and see if we're anywhere close.
Oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, going down deep, sing, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, watching me sing,
Okay guys, yay, it's in there. Our frame reliefs that we did there, it came out perfect. So anyway, all I need to do now is I need to remark or mark the holes where the mount wants to be now. This pocket's actually where the mount goes. I have to make a set of holes that's further back. No biggie with that. But man, that looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna mark the holes where the mount needs to go now. Drill the holes out, make my little plate on the back, and hopefully that guy will be done. All right, guys, back like a bad dream. Anyway, we're doing really well here on this Jeep today. I want to show you. So we're gonna start bleeding the master cylinder, and I want to take you down here for a minute. And the only thing that's left to do down here is do the exhaust. We got to re-weld that up. Whoever had built it before did not put like a collar or any kind of a separation there. I don't know, that might be kind of a clever thing to do. But anyway, so here's the plate. Here's the plate that we did this morning. Here's our gusset here. These are our new position here on a training mount. And looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so the plate's all up, everything's tight. Got the shifter in it, starter. The next is we have to change the fuel system. I guess the fuel pump is dead. We could try it, but I don't know if the fuel pump wants to play or not. So this right here is the hydraulic line off the truck. And here we go, rant. I had to buy an inline coupler, but actually it went together pretty smooth, and I was surprised. So anyway, now we have our bleeder open, and I'm just go ahead and compress the pedal a little bit, see what we got. But yeah, it looks like we need to just check on some stuff, just kind of give it a good once over. Anyway, yeah, there's still some other stuff we have to do to it, but for right now, see if we can't bleed a clutch. Here's our clutch pedal, and see if it wants to do anything. All right, guys, looks like we're starting to get some fluid here. Blech. Blech. It looks a little funky though. We need to pump it through, so hang on. Alright. So the clutch is working. Yay! So, now, considering this is a different transmission for this Jeep, our panel that goes over the transmission, it's not looking like it's going to line up. But that's okay. Let's peel some of this back and see what won't work. It's too bad we can't fabricate stuff here at Odd Rod Garage. Just kidding. Alright, well, looks like for starters, that's way off. This needs to be cut all the way back here. I wonder if we were clever enough, we might be able to cut this and save this panel and put it here. Ooh, that'd be kind of clever. You know what? We might have to remake that. That's a bummer. Bummer. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put the boot on. This is the selector for the 4-wheel drive. Then it goes on this little stub right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and set everything on there and see what it's lacking. So hang on. So the shifter was a little sticky, and the linkage was over centered. So anyway, rectified that. Anyway, so now I'm imagining that as your floor curves up, this right here, the edge of this tape, is where this hole should start. That gives you engine slop, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a measurement from here and mark that on the old floor pan, and then probably I'll mark, because these are rivets, I'll probably mark from the rivet over and just be able to start my hole there. I really don't want to. I would like to use the panel that's already here, because to try to restamp that and curve it and everything else, it's just more work. I'd really rather not do that. So anyway, take some measurements, see what we got. Okay guys, so this guy is our new relief. That encompasses both of those. So let's go ahead and punch some holes out and cut that out. and then actually we can actually set it in there and see how bad it is. My ichrometer must be off a little bit today. Anyway, so obviously here's our selector here. We need to cut that rest of that corner out. I need to relieve it a little bit over here. So we're going to relieve it back here and then straight shot, and then it's and then we'll have to put panel in here and right here. So we're getting there. Hang on. So here's our new relief right here. I went ahead and cut this over here. So let's check our, there's second, neutral, here's reverse. So see how there's extra room here? That's because, contrary to popular belief, when you say you're going forward, the left side of the motor goes up. When you're going reverse, it doesn't go the other way. It goes up also. So we've allotted room for that. So the question is, do we just straight shot right here, put a panel right there, and right here? What I'd like to do is see how much of the stuff do we actually cut out, see how much of it's there and it's usable, and maybe there's enough there to play with. Okay guys, I'm going to tack weld that panel back in, and then it's starting to rain here, so I don't want to be messing around too much longer. Anyway, let's get that tacked in real fast. That's about all the time we have for now. It's going to rain.
All right, we got a little bit of work done. We got transmission transfer case in. I got some mounts made for it, and hopefully within the next week or so we might have this thing out of my life forever, which would be oh so good. Anyway, I don't know if you can tell or not, but in those videos we did not have to jack the Jeep up. This thing is way up in the air, so we were actually able to crawl underneath there. It's up high enough that we actually could basically sit underneath the Jeep and work on it. So that was one nice thing about it. But I'll tell you, it's just another project, but this one's going to be short. You got to get it gone, get it out of my life. So remember, we have a new merchandise store. Hope you guys have already checked it out. If you haven't, go to www.theoddrodgarage.com and check out what we have. Hats, shirts, all kind of stuff. Anyway, we have some cool builds coming up. This is a cool build too. You know, it's going to be a short-lived one. We're going to be gone with it. We're on Brandon's the entire time. We did filming yesterday on his. We're hoping to get rid of his in the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to be able to move on to the giveaway cars. So I'm really anxious to do that. Remember to subscribe, hit that bell, hit that notifications, and share the link. Share the link on Facebook and Twitter and all those things. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by, spending time with us. As always, thanks for watching.